All right, today's math lesson is for Tuesday, March 24th, 2020, and the lesson is 8.10. I'll give you a minute to find a purple crayon, a pencil. You're going to need scissors and a glue stick or tape today as well, and you'll need workbook page 339. So go ahead and push pause on the camera so that you can find all these things. I'll go over it again. Scissors, purple crayon, pencil, workbook page 339, and you need to get it set up like this so that it says metric units of weight, which is mass, how heavy something is, and then you need to draw the staircase. This is just a review of what we've did yesterday, so this lesson won't be as long. Make sure that you label the staircase KHD, then the unit, which this time we measure weight in grams, how heavy something is. You might have heard that said before. It weighs 5.3 grams. That is how heavy something is. And it's not liquid, because liquid would be liters in volume, but this is just how heavy a solid is. So kilo, hecto, deca, grams, deci, centi, milli. So go ahead and pause the video if you need to get that set up, but I'm going to continue. Remember, anytime we have a unit that's labeled like grams, we're going to say that unit after each letter. So we would say kilogram, hectogram, decagram, gram, decigram, centigram, and milligram. Okay, let's go over here on the side again and write out what each of those really mean, because we know it's King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk, right? So King Henry doesn't usually, in this case it's gram, I'm going to put it like that, and then drink chocolate milk. That's important for you to really know that it's kilo, hecto, deca, gram, deci, centi, milli. Try saying that with me this time. Really, I want people in your house to hear you. Kilo, hecto, decagram, deci, centi, milli. King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. Okay? Remember that kilo stands for 1,000. Hecto stands for 100. Deca stands for 10. Gram, or the unit, always stands for 1. So take a look at these place values. We have the ones place, tens, hundreds, thousands. So this is where the decimal would be. And we're going to be getting smaller, right? We would have 0.1, 0.01, and 0.001. So again, by place value, if this is the ones place, then I have tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So kilo, hecto, deca, gram, deci, centi, milli. We're going to be doing unit conversions today, in case you haven't caught that. But I wanted to show you something a little bit different, because sometimes people they set up their staircase incorrectly. So they might set it up something like this. I'm just going to show you on a blank piece of paper. You don't have to write this down or copy it, but I just want to show you. Instead of starting their staircase at the top, working down like this, right? Kilo, hecto, deca, gram, deci, centi, I need one more, milli. Instead of setting up their staircase like this, sometimes people go the opposite way. So instead of the staircase is going down to the left, they might start it going like this, right? So then this direction, you still have kilo at the top. Kilo, hecto, deca, gram, deci, centi, milli. It would be the same thing, only it gets a little trickier because based on if you're going up the stairs, where you're moving the decimal. Does that make sense? So I don't want you to draw it that way. I never want to see your staircase with it going up to the right. I want to see your staircase with coming down the stairs right here, starting on the left, working to the right. That will just help us stay with what we've learned, and you won't have to learn, that other method. So go ahead, and if you ever see something where they're asking you to draw a staircase or make a conversion, please draw your staircase with K on the top left, all the way down to milli down here in the bottom right. Okay? So there is your staircase right there. But I wanted to just show you that it can also be just a number line. So why don't we, underneath it, let's go from, I don't know, this pink line on the side to this red line on the left. Can you see both of those? You can. Right there. Come right across the middle. Maybe this would be a good thing to use our purple for. Well, I'm just going to show you that the staircase is really just a place value movement. Starting right here in the middle, this would be grams. Okay, and the grams is the ones place value, so it stands for 1 whole. And then stepping over, remember, stepping over as you go this direction, think about place value for a minute. If I were to go to this next place value, it would be the tens place, right? The tens place, if I'm talking about place value. If this was the tens place, then this would be the deca, D-E-K-A. This would be the hundreds place, which is the hecto. And then over here we have the thousands place value, and that would be the kilo. Alright, so instead of looking at it as a number line, look at it as, in fact that kind of is confusing because it makes it look like a number line. So let's actually block that off, kind of like this. So I'm doing that. I'm not going to color that in yet, but in a minute I will color that in. Come back here to grams, and remember this is the ones place, so as I move this direction it gets smaller. This is the 1/10ths place, T-H-S at the end, tenths, and it's deci. Then you have the centi, which is the hundredths place, which would look like this. And then you have milli. And milli is the thousandths place, so it would look like this. Okay, once you have all of those in, I'm going to go ahead and just color in the top part of this pretty bold, because I don't want it to actually look like a number line. Let's just make it look like a bar. I think at the beginning of this I might have said to set it up like a number line. What I meant was like by a place value line, showing that this is the way the place values move. If you were to say, like I incorrectly said, if you were to say number line, this wouldn't really make sense because this is moving only up by, right? This is moving up by 9, then this moved up by 90, then it moved up by, so that's not exactly what a number line looks like. This is just a place value model, okay? We have the ones place, and then as you step to the left, it's getting 10 times bigger every time. So times by 10, times by 10, times by 10. Think about what's happening as you step to the right. Are you timesing by 10 and getting bigger, or are you dividing by 10 and getting smaller? The correct answer is dividing by 10. So divide by 10, divide by 10, divide by 10. And that's why you're getting into these smaller decimal places, okay? So let's go ahead and turn to page 339 in your workbook. In your workbook on page 339, what I want us to do is to just start solving these problems, but we're going to already cut it out. So take some time or pause the video to rip out page 339, and then you're going to just cut, be careful, barely cut over numbers 1 and 2. So, and then place your scraps to the side. You're going to need those later. And keep the orange numbers, but not the directions or things underneath it. So again, I cut off scraps. I'm left with this amount right here. So I'll give you some time. Actually, I'm not going to give you time. You can do that by pushing pause on the video. Here we go. I'm going to glue it in. You can glue or tape it in. And then we're going to solve all of these conversions. I don't want this to be something that takes forever because it's simple if you use the staircase and you move the decimals, especially if you recognize where the decimals are. This will be the only thing left on this page of the journal, so you can glue it kind of like that. Okay? Again, push pause anytime you need to on the video. I'm moving on. On this video, we have, on this video, oh, you guys have no idea how hard it is to record these videos. Also, this is like, I think the 7th one I've done today. So I'm losing my voice, and I'm just all here alone in the classroom. I just miss you and wish you were here. Anyway, hope you're catching all of these funny little things I say and jokes, because otherwise, it's pretty lame. Okay, here we go. I'm moving from grams to milligrams, so I want you to put your fingers on grams. Remember, that's the unit here in the middle. Put your finger on gram and move it to milli. So we're moving down the staircase. Remember, as we move down the staircase, I want you to show this. As we move down the staircase right here, we're moving to the right, and you need to tell me the number that we're moving. So remember, middle to bottom is 3 steps. Yeah, you're just going to need to get familiar with that. So grams to milli was 3 steps to the right. 1, 2, 3 makes it 3.0. I don't need to do that. I can just say 3. Number 2, kilogram to gram. You might hear people say kilogram or kilogram, same thing. So I'm going from kilo to gram. Again, top to middle, you need to know it's 3, and I moved down the staircase again. So I moved that direction, down, 3. When you move down, you're moving down the line to the right. So if I move it 3 times, 1, 2, better throw in a 0 here so that you can move it 1 more time. So that answer will be 3, 0, 5, 0, which means you can put a comma in between there. All right. Number 3, milli to gram. I'm going from the bottom of the staircase up. I'm moving that direction. How many times? Well, I went from milli, don't be confused by that, milli is down here, and then up to gram. So I moved up 3 places, which means I moved to the left 3 places. The decimal right now is where? At the end of 25. So to move it 3 places, I would go to the left. 1, 2, you have to have a 0, 3. So it's 0.025. And in that case, we like to throw a 0 in front of it. All right, we will do number 4 together. Number 4, going from gram to milli. Middle of the staircase to the bottom of the staircase. So I'm moving 3 places again. This time I'm going down 3 places. This should be getting easier and easier for you. So 3 places to the right. 1, 2, need one more, 3. So you have a 5, 7, 0, 0. Let's make sure that worked. Here was the decimal originally. Move it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. It did work. So it's 5,700. You are required to do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on your own. I think you will be just fine. You need to show me the arrows, which direction you're going, and how many places. Look, every single time we've moved 3. Maybe I should quickly find one where we're not moving 3. Ooh, you know what? I love number 10. This one, instead of asking you for the number, they're asking you for the step you're on. What unit measurement is this in weight? So they started on grams with 75, and then somehow they got 0.075. So you just have to kind of look at it and go, well, the decimal's here at the end. So how did they get it to go that way? They went left, that direction. How many times did they do that? 1, 2 would be 0.75, but I need one more place. So they actually moved it 3 times to get that number. So start on grams and go up to the left on the staircase 3 times. Start on grams, go up 3 times. 1, 2, 3. It's kilogram. That's what they're looking for. Okay, so you're on your own to finish those ones, and go ahead and check the next video for how to use the rest of this paper because we're doing some hard things on the back here. So see you in the next video.